versatile player in the EPL right now is Pascal Gross. Nav says, all you have excluded Gabriel Jesus from Kai's conversation. Ateta worked at City and Pep's assistant. He somehow understands the false nine thing. Don't be surprised when you see Kai starting as a false nine. He's listening from Limuru. That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, it is.
It's an interesting conversation. Steve says, wonderful show, he's tuned in. But that's an interesting argument. It's a nice, good argument, that one. Then someone's talking about share your FPL link so that we fans can beat you guys off air as well. Fabrizio, I have no idea how fantasy football works. My apologies. These young people here can create a league. Please create it and call it Football Fix 96.3, or I don't know the name you'll call it, but Football Fix Nation FM 96.3. Then let people join in, let people fight you guys. I will not do football fantasy because I'll forget to change teams. It's too much headache for an old man to be trying to balance out money. So, but it's a good idea. So, Fabrizio, Sammy will sort out. Fred Njogu says Kai can score goals as an 8, he can play as false 9, he can play as a 10, also as a winger. And then Brant J says he's better than Vieira but not good enough to replace Xhaka. In my opinion, the only position that's left for him is 9 in the Premier League. Other leagues, he can thrive as a second striker. Wokabi, the very problem Chelsea had with him is similar to what Arsenal should expect. The Premier League is not doing any favors to him. Pace, physicality, intensity, maybe he tries elsewhere in Spain or Germany. And then Fabrice is asking how much was Trossard again. I can't remember how much Trossard was, but it wasn't very expensive. And then guys, what do you think of Mahrez's career in the Premier League? That's a good question actually. And that's good. Let's finish this captaincy story because I want to understand what you guys think about the cap. So guys, talk to us. Tell us where you think Kai Havertz should play. I'll continue reading your comments even as we go on. Kai Havertz cannot play in the midfield of a single pivot. Odegaard, Rice and Kai is a receipt for disaster, is a recipe for disaster. I think that's what you mean. Where would Mbappe fit? Have a view on it, and will it make Madrid a UCL winner? We'll get to Mbappe in a few seconds. So, how important is captaincy in football? Maguire has been demoted. There's been so much noise. I liked his statement. It was classy, and he says he's continuing to fight. And it made me wonder. There's been so much noise made about it. Like a captain, but how important is a captain in football?
Really important. I would say
Why?
really important, especially for a club with a big stature like Manchester United.
Why?
You need to rally the guys around, and you need to be a leader. And I guess when you look at Harry Maguire's situation, you could say at a point, because he didn't settle in quite brilliantly at Manchester United, and I think what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did by placing him as the captain was to try and see if that lifts his levels up. And to be honest, with all the predicaments that happen later, you can make a case that he didn't fit into that.
I'm not even arguing about Maguire.
Yes.
No. I'm not trying to explain this is not about Maguire. I just asked how important is a captain. Like, I get the whole Maguire thing. No, Maguire has just been Maguire is both a victim of circumstances and just a guy who is incredibly unlucky.
Okay.
Yeah, if something bad happens and you are not looking at the United defense and you are not looking, your first guess is Maguire amefanya mambo. Yeah. So he's just terribly unlucky in that regard. But it's not about, I just asked. So you say he's important.
Yes.
How really, important is a captain?
A captain is very important for a team, as Sammy said, for the leadership, and also a captain is a symbol of the character of the team. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, explain it.
It does.
The captain represents how the team is, this individual characters of the team.
Yeah.
Because if I can give maybe an example for Liverpool, having Henderson, he might not be the best player in the team, but he rallies, he shouts, he brings the team together. The grit when he plays, when he gets that chance of playing, what he brings to the team, or what he brings to that midfield, the aggressiveness, the grit, the hard work. So when a captain is that type, other players tend to copy that or tend to be like that. So that's what I think.
A captain is really important. It's like the end on Ashkilia, the whole team is like the anchors that hold the engine of the team, you know. But it's not necessarily that the captain might be the leader of the team per se. In that, look at Real Madrid per se. Benzema was the captain of the team, but if you look at the whole team itself, it was
the leaders are in midfield.
Yes, you get the point.
Yes.
So he's really important, as Chep said. The captain is the symbol of the team, but not necessarily the leader.
Before I get to what I think.
I'm reminded of this saying:
Yes.
an army of sheep led by a lion can defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. If you look at football, in the history of football and the big teams that have been in football, all of them had a very vocal, strong captain. AC Milan had Baresi, then they had Maldini, and then when they...
I'm about to pose that conversation of yours with a simple thing.
Yeah.
Who was the captain of the Invincibles?
Patrick Vieira.
How talkative is Vieira?
But he was a leader. You don't have to...
No. You're just thinking about leadership.
But you don't have...
Siende mbali.
Not really to
Gundogan.
be... talkative.
Gundogan.
Okay, sour. Not to be talkative, but to show that leadership skills, to guide the team in the right direction and to lead them, in the face of adversity. And by the way, when we were in our slump, who was our captain? We didn't really have a strong captain. And I think that was, and everybody kept on referring to Vieira, also for the role he played as a player, but also for the leadership that he offered.
The reason I asked that question is because there's a lot of noise about captaincy. Then I told myself, if I look at other sports, captains are really, really important. Like they are leaders. You're currently watching the Ashes. Yeah. How important is the guy? Like he's everything in cricket. Like he is part of deciding the lineup.
Yeah.
He's part of like he makes really, really big calls. What do we do? He's an important person in the game.
Yes.
Let's go to rugby. How important? You guys watch rugby. How important is a rugby captain? He does everything. So I wondered, is football overselling their captaincy? How really important is the football guy? That's why I asked you that question. Like, just how important then is the captain in football compared to rugby, compared to cricket? Like a place where the captain really makes big calls. Here I feel like the captain is there.
Well, if you'd go down history lane and look at Manchester United's captains before,
yes,
all of them would reflect strong character and strong leadership. Roy Keane, one of the best. Brian Robson.
Roy Keane probably the best captain in the Premier League history.
Yes, and led United to many trophies. Steve Bruce himself was a good.
You don't know he scored 19 goals in the year. Is it him and Pallister? And I think it's Pallister who scored 19 goals the year they won the league as a defender. Anyway, go on.
Yes, Nemanja Vidic.
Leader.
Yes, and that goes in a long way to say you just don't need to be the most talkative guy to be a leader. It could be those signals of you just coming to work every day, being accountable, making sure that everyone works like you do. So marshalling the squad. And if at all you're going to name all these, Eric Cantona, Brian Robson, Gary Neville, Steve Bruce, all of them, I don't think Harry Maguire fits that nature.
Who was the captain before Harry Maguire?
It should have been... not really sure.
Was Valencia ever a captain?
Yes, Valencia was captain at some time. Even Axel Tuanzebe at some point was captain.
No, forget the one and forget the armband you're thrown because you're playing the milk cup and you're the only senior player. No, I'm saying like proper like a proper club captain. I'm not sure.
I think it was David De Gea.
Was there?
Anyway, you see now. Anyway,
because Bruno was second fiddle to Harry Maguire, and then David De Gea was the third. So I would assume David De Gea was the one.
Rich says, on captaincy, it's very important. Look at what Messi has been doing for Argentina. They lost the semi-finals of the Copa and it was clear he held the team together. That was their turning point. But then again, Barca's captain is Sergi and Real's is Nacho. And then Stefan Effenberg is the best example. Bayern Munich 2000-2001 Champions League triumph. That's Kevin. And then Mzemnyama says, a captain is very important, but it also depends on who is the captain. Lionel Messi was such a great leader in the last year's World Cup. I think it took him a long time to become a leader, though, if I'm honest.
There are those who grow into it.
It took him many years. It took him a decade plus.
Yeah, even Anderson.
There's some who are naturally leaders.
Yeah, natural leaders. The biggest natural leader, top of my head, is Tony Adams. Arsenal captain at 20?
Yeah.
Or some age like that, and he just never stopped. Captains make teams, especially in the current era where everything is in the glare of cameras. He has to be cool-headed and marketable as well, and of course talented at his craft as a footballer. And then Matigari Majinongi says, demoting Maguire for Bruno is like jumping from the frying pan into the fire. Bruno is almost like Cesc at Arsenal team ikienda chini anainamisha kichwa kama kondo. I think again, I respectfully disagree. I think he's actually been the one player post Ferguson's era who's looked like a Ferguson kind of player. Yeah. A guy who never hides, a guy who fights, a guy who constantly tries to do it. You may not like how he does it, but it's okay not to like it.
He always rebounds.
In fact, I keep saying if everyone likes you too much, there's a problem.
Yeah, there's a problem.
People must never like you wholeheartedly. There's normally a problem.
When he's on your team, you really like him.
You like him. When he's the other side, you hate him.
Yeah, and he makes guys accountable. Remember there was a point where he was talking to Garnacho in terms of him not just showing some flashes of brilliance
Yes.
in moments.
But doing the basic
Yeah,
things.
doing it. Yes, basic things and continuity.
A captain with good dressing room influence is important. Look at Roy Keane, Ryan Giggs, Luka Modric, Stefan Effenberg. I believe a captain should be an example of exemplary excellence and vision. Harry Maguire's costly errors nullified his captaincy to lead such a giant club. Alan says, talking about captaincy, who do you think should be the next Chelsea captain now that Aspi and Jorginho have left? Good question.
It's
When we come
easy.
back, we talk about Chelsea.
Yeah, even
Thiago
from
Silva.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
The issue here is Mikel is convinced he can get the best out of him. That's about Kai Havertz. Where do you play Kai? Whom do you pair him with to make the team balanced and well solid? That's a CK asking. A captain should be likable across board. You are the face of the club on and off the pitch. Vieira, and complete in one sentence, he has a good shot, but that's it. You're better off selling it. I'm not sure what Brandt is talking about. Anything about that, the smaller Vieira. Yeah, and then Adam has a good wordplay with United have been ordered to surrender the timber that they have and use plastic like us, Arsenal had saying. And then Malaki, it's a really good wordplay.
Hey.
And then where would Mbappe fit? In fact, let's come back and talk about Kylian Mbappe.